Okay.
No, I'm in the UK.
Hey, an error. Oh, okay. So we are live. I lost my X account, so we're not. If you're on X, you're not watching us right now. Hello, good evening, entrepreneurs, Philippine accountants, uh, former, present, and future students of Bedrock. We are here tonight with another amazing interview for one of our amazing students. And you're all amazing, but some are more amazing than others because some actually have the courage to say yes when Eileen challenges them to step out of their comfort zone and actually be interviewed. And tonight we have Tina Pia. How are you, Tina?
Hello, everyone. Good evening in the Philippines, and good day, good night, wherever you are in the world. Hello, fellow accountants and freelancers.
Yes. So the way we do this, Tina, because we do have a structure that I like to follow. We're going to talk about where you were before you started doing freelancing, how you found out about freelancing, and then what made you start learning about U.S. taxes, and then what you're going to do going forward. Does that sound
Mhm.
okay?
Yeah, sure, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and one of the things that we teach in our courses is the fact that you got to step out of your comfort zone. It's not enough to just know the 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 content, the technical terms.
Hmm.
It's just not enough. And it's probably like that in a lot of industries. Some industries you might be able to hide and never have to talk to people. But we're in a service business, right?
Yes. So we have
We
to
have
talk
to
to
talk
people.
to people all the time. And unfortunately, what I found is a lot of Philippine people are shy to talk to people in English because it's not your first language, right?
Right, right. I am shy.
Yeah, I understand. Listen, it took me years to be able to do this.
Uh huh.
Okay, and the way, and I'll tell you how I started because I actually joined a mastermind group.
Mm-hmm.
My friend in California was in the entertainment world. He learned about public speaking and writing books, so he started
Mm-hmm.
this big mastermind group, and it was
Mm-hmm.
all about learning how to rise above the rest, how to
Hmm.
be actually how to become a rock star in your industry,
Hmm.
because
That's right.
he toured with Guns N' Roses, and that's where he learned a lot
Mhm.
about marketing and stuff.
Right.
So I joined his group.
Mm-hmm.
That was about, I think it was like 14 years ago. It was a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
I had spoken, but not,
Mm-hmm.
really. I spoke in libraries. I spoke here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Never wrote a book. So I joined his group because I knew if to do what I wanted to do,
Mm-hmm.
I had to do this. What I'm doing right now: interview people, talk on stage, and for the first 10 years, and I'm not joking, I was petrified, petrified every time. And they say, the way to get over that is you just keep doing it. Well, you know, the good thing was I was getting less and less petrified.
Once you get
Okay.
used to it,
But,
maybe
but
if I get used
then
to it.
you're like, okay, I know I'm gonna be terrible at this, but so what? Let me just get it over with again. And but little by little I was getting better. But if I had to speak on stage, let's say next month, it would be
Mm-hmm.
all I would think about. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
God, what am I going to talk? I'm going to forget what I'm going to. Meanwhile, when you get up there and you speak, it's only
Mm-hmm.
a couple of minutes.
I
And
know.
one day, I remember I signed up to speak in front of like 600 people.
Oh
And it
wow.
was 6 months later, and for 6 months I tortured myself.
Oh.
I tortured. What am I going to say? And then I got up there and I forgot about everything I was going to say. I was stuttering, and it was over in like 3 minutes. It was like the worst 3 minutes of my life.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's
But
the
what I
most
realized was, this
challenging.
is what I realized. I said, I tortured myself for 6 months when all I had to do was get tortured for 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
All I had to do was accept the fact that it wasn't going to go well. I'm not getting, nobody was going to go to the hospital because I didn't speak well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The challenge
Uh,
is what are you gonna say in the three minutes? You think
yeah,
it's
and
short, but it's
it just
difficult.
so I said I wasted all that time, all those sleepless nights worrying about something that only lasted 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All
And then
right.
one
Okay.
day I saw my friend speaking. This was about 5 years ago, and I said, he's just talking. This is the way he talks when we're in a group of people.
Mm-hmm.
He's not. And then I realized he's making all kinds of mistakes, and he's making fun. That's when I realized, I said, I just got to be myself.
Mm.
That's it.
Yes. Okay.
And
I'm gonna be myself tonight.
that's it. You're a nice woman. You're smart. You're accomplishing things, and I went through that thing. I like to tell that story because even Larry Broughton. You know Larry, right?
Yeah,
Have you
yeah.
met Larry? Okay.
I haven't met
Big,
him, but I've
big,
seen him in your.
yeah, big, handsome, successful guy, owns big businesses. He's been coaching me for over 4 years. International speaker. He came here twice to speak at our events. He's a guy, he'll get $15,000 to $20,000 to travel and give a 1 hour keynote speech. So he's a
Mm,
professional. Well, he told a story a couple of months ago about his first speaking engagement,
engagement.
and it went like that 3 minutes. I was like, oh my God, even you? And he's like, yeah. He's like, I had to work at it. But he's the kind of guy, he's like, listen, give me a problem and I'm going to solve it. So
Wow, that's
he
great.
immersed himself in it. And he got so good that, he liked it. Uh, but anyway, it does take guts to come on here because you don't know what I'm going to ask you. You don't know what it's going to be like. But believe me, every time you get a chance to speak, it's
Why not?
another step towards your success.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
And all you got to do is tell the truth.
Yes. So that you don't need to remember anything.
It's all here. It's all in your heart. Okay. It's in your brain. And let me start by saying that you look fabulous tonight.
Thanks, Joe. Thanks for the compliment.
So I'm in Metro Manila. Okay. I moved here
All right.
in I think July of 2023. So
Uh-huh.
I lived here. Now, where do you live?
Well, I live in the UK right now, but I was born in the Philippines. I'm a certified BISDAC, Bisayang Dako. I was born in Bukidnon in Malaybalay City. And I grew up there and graduated with a degree in accounting. And then I moved to Qatar and worked there for 12 years. And then before moving here in March.
So
So,
you
yeah.
were an OFW.
Yes, I was an OFW for 12 years,
And I
doing.
just, we do the Saturday speaking things. And I asked this woman to speak. She's a very successful attorney. And she talks about becoming successful. And I told her about the Philippine community and about the OFWs.
Yeah,
And it's sad because the Philippine government actually says, "Oh yeah, you should all leave and go somewhere else and make money and send it back here."
yeah.
But so you had to. So explain to people that don't. Not everybody knows what an OFW is.
Well, an OFW is someone who works abroad, anywhere, just anywhere in the Philippines to earn more money because, like in the Philippines, it's difficult to earn money to support your family. So I decided to move to Qatar, and then I found a good job there
So now
doing.
you had an accounting degree, right?
Yes, I have an accounting degree, but when I moved to Qatar, you take the first job that's offered to you. So I didn't have a choice. I didn't I was because I went there on a tourist visa. So when I was offered a job, I took it. So
So you didn't
yes,
even go there looking. Did you go there with the intentions of looking for a job?
yes. So I went there with the intentions of looking for
So
a
there
job.
weren't enough accounting jobs in the Philippines.
I think there are, but the pay isn't that great. It wouldn't be enough to support
Yeah,
my
yeah,
growing
that
kid.
makes sense.
Yeah.
You
Or
know,
the second one is you're not young enough. Employers always hire the younger ones.
and that's another thing I told my friend. I said because it's not like it's actually against the law in the United States. You
Mm,
can't discriminate based on age or sex.
mm. That's the sad thing in the Philippines.
So what I learned here, and that's it's become a big part of why I do what I do because I'm like, and I told Larry this. We're both 64, and I told him I said it's 65-year-old retirement, mandatory retirement. He was like, oh my God, what would I do? Go fishing? you
Fishing for
know,
money.
yeah, yeah, but. Anyway, so I didn't know that about you. So you're an OFW,
Yeah.
and I know that you were taking the course, and you're in Australia. I actually got a
No,
chance.
I'm in the UK.
I mean, the UK. Uh, I met your husband briefly.
Yes.
He told me about his YouTube business, which I'm jealous. So what? You met him in guitar?
Yes, he also worked in Qatar for I think 2 years. So I met him
Okay,
there.
and he's
Yeah.
from the UK.
Yes, he's from the UK.
Okay, so you moved back. So that's a whole different man. You went from the
Yeah.
Philippines. I don't know what the tax structure is in Qatar, but now you're
Well,
in the UK. They
in
have
Qatar
all.
it's tax free, Joe. Whatever salary the employer gave you, it's yours, everything, no tax.
Oh, I'm moving there then.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm
It's
gonna move to
great.
Qatar. Okay. So yeah, that's a good tax system. I like that.
Mhm.
So what school did you go to in the Philippines?
So I went to Bukidnon State College, or now it's Bukidnon State University, in Malaybalay City, because um, we come from a poor family, so we can only afford the state university. So because it's cheaper, but it's really good. The training was really good, and then after I graduated, I was hired first at Land Bank as clearing officer, and then after a few months, I moved to Philippine National Bank as an admin assistant. But I also do clearing, and I also do some accounting jobs there.
Okay, so you graduated with an accounting degree, but you weren't actually doing accounting.
Well, in Land Bank, yes, I was doing clearing. I was doing the clearing of the checks, and
Okay.
on my on my free time, I help the accounting department manually compute the interest earned for investments, because before it's not automated, it's manual. So I help them compute per card per yes.
Yeah. Okay. I got you. So
So
So then you moved to Qatar. What kind of jobs did you have in Qatar?
so in Qatar, I was a document controller in the construction industry. So it's
Oh
like an
God.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like an admin work with, but all the documents come through me in and out. It's real.
Did you digitize everything?
Hmm?
Did you digitize everything, or did you just
Yes,
deal with?
everything is digitized.
Okay.
Everything, all all the submissions are uploaded in online, and I see it. But they still submit one copy for records for
Yeah.
review.
We started the sales tax course last night, and we started. The project is on a construction company, and we're going to get into all of that stuff. As it pertains to U.S. taxes.
Mhm.
So you when did you move to the UK?
I just moved in March this year.
Oh, recently. Okay.
recently. Yeah, that's
Okay.
why when I moved here, I don't have a job and I can't apply for a job yet. So I was
Oh,
thinking, what can I do? And I've been enrolling in other skills, and I saw the TBSA group, and I thought, why am I enrolling in other skills when I have the accounting skills? That's
re-
where I
yeah.
found Bedrock.
Well, interesting.
Yeah.
So your friend Mark is saying hi to you. We have Eileen. So I'll post. People are here. We got Annabelle. You have a following. You say.
Hello,
Uh,
Miss Eyes.
so
Mark. Hello,
I don't.
Annabelle.
I know you can't just go to the United States and apply and get a job. You got to go through a whole process and get what they call a green card. Is it
Mhm.
similar in the UK?
I think it's not the same as well, because here I think it's also difficult. But I came here as got married, so I have a spouse visa.
Oh, so you okay? So you're married. So I don't know what the visa thing is, but okay. So I was just wondering, like, so you lived in Qatar, you married somebody from the UK, and now you're doing U.S. taxes. How
Yes,
did that? Now I get it.
because
So you're in the right
when I
place.
got here, there's no Filipino community doing UK tax. So where do I start? I don't know the UK taxation as well. But when I went to TBSA, everybody was doing Australia or US books, and
Yeah.
that's where I found you and Bedrock.
Okay, great. So you found this what through the accounting peoples,
Yeah, in
basically?
TBSA, yes. It was in their page. They promoted one of your courses.
Oh, what is that, Sherry Pineda?
Yeah, yeah, in the
Oh,
bookkeeper
yeah, I didn't know that I didn't know that she promoted
I
our
think
page.
somebody posted the certification course in their
Okay,
page, and
okay.
then I decided to enroll in it.
And now you're making history.
Yes.
Now you're making history. So you signed up for what we call the 13-week course, which
Mm-hmm.
there's a big accounting project. You're taking a real company's information. There's a lot of missing info. You have to ask questions. So you have to actually complete the year-end financial reports and then
Mm-hmm.
do a business return and a
Mm-hmm.
personal return with
Hmm.
rental properties. And
Yeah.
you couldn't use any software,
No, it
right?
was hard because how do I do this? How do I do that? You have to
Yeah, and,
research.
and I do it that way, Tina, by design, because I know that if I just gave you the info to input it into a computer program, it's not the same. You
Mm-hmm.
just don't learn. You're not looking at the forms. You're not looking at the lines. So
Mm-hmm.
it's been working. We're on batch 6 now.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, because I'm batch
I,
five.
I lost track. Probably had 400 or 500 people go through that course.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's really challenging because you learn the basics. You learn to research, you learn the basics, and then from there, I think you understand the flow of the numbers that goes
yeah,
through
and what
the
you
tax
might
return.
not realize, what you learned was this is what it's really going to be like working with a small business in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You're not going to get all the info. You're going to have to learn how to communicate with them. You're going to have to learn how to ask questions, and you got to learn to not let them make the rules.
And everybody was saying like, "Shall we book a time with Joe? Shall we, have you booked? Have you booked? Have you booked a time with him to ask?" And everybody was like, everybody's afraid to book a time with you to ask.
I
But
know which one.
great.
Yeah, yeah. But that's again one of the you got to step out of your comfort zone, because now and for a lot of people, it's going to be the first time that they ever had to do an interview online with somebody speaking English. So
This
it's
is my
got to be
first
very,
time.
very uncomfortable, right? But
Yes.
because I told you my story. I went and I learned from experts, world class experts,
Mm-hmm.
people that again, nobody's born a public speaker. It's a skill that you can learn. Some
Mm-hmm.
people are just good at it, but it's actually a profession you can learn, just like you can learn how to be an accountant.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Well,
but yeah,
accountants usually
all
are
of them.
introverts.
I'm sorry.
Accountants are usually introverts.
And that's another thing. So the world is changing. Yeah. And I remember going for my first job interviews. I was nervous. Because I didn't know how to communicate with people. Uh, but things were a lot different. Things were a
Mm-hmm.
lot different. You had to travel to go on an interview.
Mm.
Now you could do 10 interviews in a day and not even leave your seat.
Yeah, that's right.
You could get the training really quick. And so, what I've learned from all of these experts, all of these people that do it for a living, people that teach it for a living, is there's only one way to do it.
Mm.
Keep doing it, practice. And I've read books on. I mean, I've spent literally tens of thousands of dollars on this, and I said, "That's it? Just practice? Why did I have to spend all this money? Learning this technique and that technique." But in the end, Tina, you'll see it, and I don't think you're going to have a problem with this. All you got to do is be yourself. You can't lie about what you're able to do in accounting.
Mm.
Okay.
Yes,
People
that's right.
try, people have told me, oh, yeah, I know QuickBooks. And after the first half hour, you're like, you don't know QuickBooks.
Right.
Okay. So you just be
It's not that
truthful.
easy.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you successfully completed the 13-week program. Then you signed up and you completed the payroll program, which again, I don't make that easy. You had to do payroll
No.
for two different companies.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping, because this is what we tell people, you take that certificate, you put it on your LinkedIn profile. Have you done that?
Yes, I did. I
Okay.
did.
Have you started looking for positions or clients?
Yes, I have. But right now, I'm so lucky that I'm one of the Bedrock interns. And thank you for that opportunity. As a Bedrock student, to become an intern is an opportunity. So thank you for this opportunity because it's like I think the experience to be an intern in your company will give me the real life scenarios of being in the accounting world in the US, in
Yeah, I tell people,
accounting, in tax, and in
I
payroll.
didn't even realize that we took you on as an intern. That's my bad. I'm
Thank you,
supposed to.
Joe.
When did you start?
I started, well, let me see, November 4, November 4.
Okay, so like a week and a half ago.
Yes.
You're supposed to book a chat with me.
I haven't yet because we were saying like, when are we going to book a chat with Joe?
Okay, great, great. Yeah, you'll get, the classes are good, but there's no substitute for real experience.
The classes that in Bedrock are really challenging because it's like starting from scratch. If you like, you have to think outside of the box. How are you gonna tackle it? But once you got it, well, it's really a feather on your cap because research is the key. That's the key word in Bedrock. Research, and more research.
Gotta learn how, and it's always been like that with taxes. You got to learn. You got to know where to look. You got to know when to ask questions. You got to know what questions to ask, right?
In my
And
project, I think I redid mine because I did the first one and then the second one, and I did it in the same state. I didn't realize because I didn't read that it was a different state, so I had to read.
that could be a problem.
was a
That
tricky
could be a
one.
problem if you're doing the payroll in the wrong state. But you were a great student, and you always asked questions. You showed up, and I believe, I have no doubt, you're going to be a great intern, and then
Thanks.
you'll have a successful accounting career. Now
Thank you.
tonight we're actually starting uh, the CPA course. It's a
Oh,
short
wow.
course. It's only three nights, but we're going to teach people how they can qualify and prepare to become a U.S. CPA.
Oh,
And if
wow.
you have an accounting degree
Mm-hmm.
from a Philippine university, you probably qualify. That's
Oh,
you know
wow. I
show
didn't know
people
that.
that. Yeah, yeah. It's recent. They put three CPA test centers in the
In the
Philippines. They
Philippines.
put
Wow.
one in Cebu and one and two in Manila. But now
Oh,
you're in the UK, so it might actually be closer for you to take it in the
in the
US.
US.
Well, they have testing centers all over the world, but they
Uh-huh.
just recently put them in the Philippines.
Mm-hmm. Because there are
So
so many accountants in the Philippines.
there are, and there's a serious shortage of accountants in the US. So, you know, there's four big international CPA firms. They do work for the biggest companies in the world.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have enough accountants.
Oh,
They're
wow.
looking for people. You get a job with one of them, they start at 60,000 a year,
Wow.
plus benefits. Plus, yeah, and that's a starting salary.
Mm-hmm.
So I know there's a lot of uh, Philippine accountants with degrees that
Mm-hmm.
all they got to do is they got to pass the test,
Mm-hmm.
because they might already have the education is the hardest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I have a friend of mine. She's Philippine CPA. I spoke to her recently, but she said that she's more interested to be an EA than a US CPA.
Yeah, so we actually taught. We did a couple of batches of the EA program. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Different license. You actually don't even need. I don't believe you need a college degree to become an enrolled agent.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it's a hard test. The
Mm-hmm.
problem is they don't have the test in the Philippines,
Yes. Yeah.
and it's a different path. But yeah, she can become an enrolled agent also. But if she's got an accounting degree,
Mm-hmm.
CPA is more valuable than enrolled agent when it
You
comes
think
to,
so?
because you can do a lot more things.
Oh,
You
all right.
know, uh, the big accounting firms are not necessarily looking for enrolled agents.
Mm.
Different skill set.
Mhm.
Enrolled agents don't have to know accounting, believe it or not.
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
With all the
But
softwares there.
all these opportunities are out there. I believe that before COVID, a lot of people didn't realize that you could actually work from home.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and now, with that, that knowledge, and the fact that it's not just the United States; it's the whole world that has a shortage of accountants. So
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty exciting. I'm looking forward to tonight's class.
Yeah.
Uh, if you're an intern, you're welcome to sit in on the class.
Oh,
Uh,
wow. I'll
yeah,
check. We don't have a meeting.
that's one of your perks as a Bedrock member.
Thank you.
So
So I'm
we have a
really
bunch
lucky.
we have a bunch of people in the chat. I want to thank everybody for watching live. Uh, if you if this is your first time here, Tina is you know a poster child for who we're trying to help. People that want to work from home. They see the opportunity in the United States. There's over 30 million businesses. Most of them don't even have an accountant, believe it or not. Um,
Yeah. My idol is your mom, actually.
yeah, she doesn't have an accountant anymore either.
Oh,
No, I'm joking. Yeah, so my mom, and she's one of my idols too because she started working for me when she was 65.
I
You know,
know. So
and
if she can do it, well,
she didn't she still works she still has her own little side business. She worked for me until she was 80. She didn't
wow.
want to learn all the new programs and all the, when I started Bedrock. So
Mhm.
yeah, she left me. So I
Oh,
told her, find a new accountant. I'm not your accountant anymore.
oh.
But that's another story. All right, Miss Tina, thank you
All
for
right.
your time. Would you like to say anything to your followers here? Any words of wisdom?
Yes, thank you, Joe, for inviting me on your FB Live. So all it takes is courage to say yes to Miss Ice. Thank you for inviting me. Hello to Miss Ice. And hello to all Bedrock staff. Hello, I know you're all watching. And to all who watched Joe's today's FB Live. So what I learned, the courses I took with Bedrock really opened my eyes and my mind to U.S. taxation and payroll and bookkeeping. So I saw the opportunity of of, of working from home and being my own boss by learning from Bedrock. So here I am now as an intern. So from student to learning the real life scenarios. So I hope to learn more being an intern in Bedrock. And thank you, Joe, for giving me this opportunity to learn from you, from the best, because I think the accounting community in the Philippines really looks up to you. And then um, I think I thank the Bedrock team for Miss Ice, especially for always being there when I have questions during the course. So don't be afraid to ask. Just ask her. She knows it. She knows the answer. And
Yeah,
book time with Joe. Don't be afraid he won't bite.
I don't. I don't. I don't.
And thank you. I hope this is the start of my freelancing journey. So thank you to Bedrock for this opportunity.
The
I'm
best
really
is yet to
thankful
come.
and grateful.
And so Cry wanted the details. We're going to start in about a half an hour. No, 20 minutes. We start at 8. Uh, I put a link up there. I don't know if that works, but Eileen also put a link in the chat. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes uh, to get that. Or if you're on Facebook, the link will still be there.
Um,
Uh, or if you want, you can email me. Just go to joe@bedrockbusinessbuilders.com and
yes,
I'll
yes.
send you a link. Or here's another option. You can go to, if anybody ever wants to talk to me about becoming a CPA, about our classes, if you have a client that you have some kind of tax issue on, just go to timewithjoe.com and choose the free appointment, which is for students and clients, and just mention that you got my link from the Friday student interview. So,
Mhm.
all right, everybody, God bless. Thank you,
Thank you,
and
Joe. God bless to you and to the Bedrock team.
okay, thank you.
All the links to enroll is in the live below. So just click on it.
Yes, thank you.
Thank
All
you,
right,
Joe. Have a
have
nice
a good
night.